This week in Army history. In January 1862, Confederate Brigadier General Henry Hopkins Sibley led the approximately 3,000 men of his Army of New Mexico over the Rio Grande from Texas as part of a grandiose plan to snatch the West away from the Union. Never a very thorough strategist, Sibley had no real logistical plan except to capture the supplies stockpiled at Union forts in New Mexico. Facing him were slightly larger forces from the Union under the command of Colonel Edward R.S. Canby, who had unique issues of his own. The majority of his forces were volunteers and militia with a confusing cultural mix of Spanish and English, resulting in prejudice and poor communication. Canby based his forces at Fort Craig and continually depleted Sibley's supplies with raids. When the Confederates finally reached the fort, they realized they did not have the proper equipment to besiege it. On the morning of February 21st, Sibley abandoned his positions near the fort and headed north toward a Rio Grande fort at Valverde. Canby sent Colonel Benjamin Roberts with all the Union cavalry to contest the crossing. Soon a full battle ensued, as both commanders sent their forces marching to the sound of the guns. Sibley, as he was wont to do at critical times in the campaign, was
stricken by an unidentifiable illness as well as by indecision.
His nickname as the walking whiskey keg may hint at this source of his sickness. Command of the Confederates fell to the very capable Colonel Tom Green. His forces hunkered down in the natural trench of the old riverbed as both commanders gathered their forces together. Late in the afternoon, they both launched successful assaults simultaneously on the enemy right flank. While Canby's forces were sweeping the Texans out of the riverbed, Green captured the main Union artillery battery, anchoring their position. While Sibley had a tactical victory, his overall situation had actually worsened. Irregular New Mexican cavalry were able to capture and burn some of his supply trains, left vulnerable when their guards rushed off to the battle. Sibley marched northward to repeat his Valverde performance at Glorieta Pass, again winning a tactical victory while losing his trains and failing to take Fort Union. Eventually, his army endured a terrible retreat back to Texas, shattered along with his dreams of conquest. The campaign is believed to be unparalleled in military history, in that whilst the winning army was tactically defeated in every engagement of importance, its enemy was finally driven from the invaded territory, utterly defeated, disheartened, and decimated.